You are now tuned into The Breakdown with Carlos Cote.
Let's do this.
Bad dude, Jermaine. You're bad, brother. You are bad.
What do you do later after you listen to it at home?
I study it and learn it better.
As he joins us for his first solo appearance ever, a great welcome, gang, for Jermaine Jackson.
Welcome to The Breakdown. I am your host, Carlos Cote, and today we're breaking down Jermaine Jackson, the Unsung, Part 2. Now, one of the things I want to touch on that I didn't really touch on, I may have left a lot of people nebulous with my leaving out the fact of one of the points of greatness of Jermaine was, if one was to peruse some of the articles that was written about the Jackson 5, really all of the articles, if you can find them, from the early 70s about the Jackson 5 live shows, you know, Michael was getting a lot of kudos, but also Jermaine was getting a lot of write-ups about, one of the main things was about how he would make those girls faint, how they would fall out when he did his solo sets, and when he started singing live solo. And another thing was, a lot of writers would write about his bass playing and being able to sing live and play the bass and not miss the groove and whatnot. So those articles really tells a lot about how great Jermaine, how bad he was back then and whatnot. And another thing people don't bring to the forefront of the greatness of Jermaine Jackson's career is that he is really, truly, not gonna say responsible, but how Diana Ross was used to bring out the Jackson 5 and whatnot. He was really that to Whitney Houston, and nobody really talks about that. One of her first public recordings that was known was on Jermaine Jackson's record. I think the song was Take Good Care of My Heart or whatever. And this was before she had that hit record with the late great, and I do mean great, Teddy Pendergrass, Hold On. But, you know, Jermaine was, you know, he was pushing her out there. You know, he was the main act that was bringing her, the unknown act, to the spotlight. And, you know, one of the main songs I love that those two did together was If You Say My Eyes Up. No, it's not Nobody Loves You Like I Do. That is a beautiful, beautiful record. Very masterful production, and the vocals is just from both parties. Jermaine and Whitney are so elegant, so beautiful, very, very blended together and whatnot. And also around the time 1975, 1976, Jermaine did an album in Philadelphia, and this is really I find this very dubious, because the Jacksons left Motown, went to Philadelphia, Sigma Sound Studios I think it was, but they went to Philadelphia to start recording their stuff. And in around 75, 76, Jermaine went to Philadelphia to cut an album, but Motown never released it. And the producer of that album was I think it was Norman Harris, who produced the great hit single Sideshow, with a big song from Blue Magic. And if you listen to some of the songs, or listen to all the songs, in my humble personal pronouncement, I see why they didn't release it, because it wasn't that good to me. It's more like a disco type thing, and Jermaine to me is more of a balladeer, just singing ballads and stuff. But I do like that Was Good for the Gander. That was a good one. But another thing that I find interesting is, like, around that Victory Tour time, Jermaine Jackson had all those basses in the form of crazy formats. Like, he had a bass in the form of a baseball glove, and a spider and an alien, and it just had all kind of different creative things and stuff like that. Now, me personally, I'm not a fan of the Victory Tour. I wasn't a fan of the Victory Tour. They had some good spots and whatnot, but I just like when they was in the early 70s, and all throughout the 70s, I guess that was my time that I liked of the Jacksons. But Jermaine, like, I remember it was Hammer one time, and a lot of people always recognize this guy's gift and talent, and everybody in the music industry back then in the 80s and 90s or whatnot, those who knew, they always paid homage and admiration for Jermaine Jackson, because he was truly a great producer, musician, and vocalist. But for those who want to just know the songs that really, I suggest, that shows his mastery of his perfection, of his texture, of his voice, from the different time frames of his career, just go listen to Bridge Over Troubled Water. I think that was Simon Garfield and Funk Garfield. I think that's who did it first. I can't remember, but just listen to the texture of his voice. That was off the third album. And then check out the songs like I Need You More Now. Just check that one out. That was off of Jermaine's second album, I think it was. And then, I Let Love Pass Me By off his first album. Those was pretty cool. But when you start getting into the maturity of Jermaine Jackson, the song that does it, one of the songs that does it, like I said in the previous breakdown, was Castles of Sand. But also just check out I'm Just Too Shy to Say. And that was a pretty nice one. But to me, I wouldn't say that was the one. That was a nice one. That was a real good one. But the one that showcases his maturity, along with Castles of Sand, is I Like Your Style. Check that one out. Whatever you doing or had planned to do, put it on pause for just 1 second and just check that song out when you finish this podcast, and check out Jermaine Jackson, I Like Your Style. That really tells the whole story. And like, Jermaine put out a song which was like maybe 2 years ago, I think it was, called Summertime Feeling. Go check that out, and you'll hear his vocal arrangements, and you just hear the perfection. And not say perfection, that word don't exist, but you'll hear the mastery, I would say, of his vocals and stuff like this. And just singing live, he's tough. Just check this clip out of Jermaine singing live of his hits record, Don't Take It Personal, from the Pat Sajak Show. Reach down, oh girl, yes you can. Yes you can. Oh, don't be shy, don't be blue. You have your whole life ahead of you. Ooh, love was here, now it's gone. So it's time you keep moving on. Ooh. Suzanne, you are so beautiful. Suzanne, you are so beautiful. Yes, you are. You are so beautiful to me. And with that said, I just want to say that I I'm gonna land this plane on this note right here. Jermaine Jackson, whoever that listen, who knows, we should give that brother his flowers while he's still here. And don't go into all the fake mode that Negroes do when somebody passes or somebody leaves here and transitions to become an ancestor. Then we start posting on social media like we was all about or we was really into that artist. That's a lot of fake stuff and a lot of phony stuff Negroes need to stop doing. But and I know I've spoken vitriolically, and we all have, about Jermaine's ostentatious hairstyle. I don't know what the hell that brother got going on with that, but remove all that, because I know he's using some kind of strong industrial strength. I know he's staying some pillowcases at night, but with all that, that's just a little levity to break up the heavy rap. But with all that, remove all that. That brother is bad. He is a bad, very, very bad, meaning good musician. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But with that said, I leave you in the same way I greeted you. Peace.
Yeah, all the songs I played bass on, and I was, there and producing and stuff, trying to help out.
You like that?
Yeah, it's a lot of hard work, but you get to like it afterwards.
How do you like being a solo? What do you find is the main difference?
Well, now I have more responsibilities, and I'm carrying the whole thing now, so it's something for me to learn.
Does that
Hide every trace of sadness, although a tear may be ever so near. That's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use in crying? You find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile.
Jermaine Jackson show up at my fucking door one time. True story.
Jermaine's been here many times.
Jermaine just showed up at my door.
I invited him usually.
I didn't invite him. I didn't even know him. I didn't even know.
You live in the neighborhood that he's in or something?
I think his he had a friend that lived in the neighborhood. This was at my old house.
But brother, please tell me you was nice to him. No, you wasn't mean to him.
No, what the fuck you gonna be mean to Jermaine Jackson for? It's still Jermaine Jackson.
All right, okay.
Yeah, you can't be mean to a fucking member of the Jackson 5. No shot. No shot. Now, I was confused. Like, I opened the door and Jermaine was there. He was dressed in it was almost like a concert outfit. True story.
Always dressed like, always dressed in stage clothes.
Jermaine you'll see Jermaine at the sushi restaurant and he'll have epaulets and like a soldier hat.
No. I thought I missed the show. I really did think I missed the show. And he's at the fucking door and he go, man, I had to stop and see you. And I said, Jermaine Jackson? He said, yeah, man, we love you. I just had to stop and see you, man, and just tell you keep doing it, man. And I was like, thanks, Jermaine. And that was it.
They're real cool.
Yeah,
when I first came out here, the Jacksons was the only famous black people.
I think he wants to switch faster. He wants to switch it faster.
Okay. Terry Phillip.
Oh, switch it faster? Yeah. Double time.
Me.